Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the final week of the regular season for the Battle Line Network event. The first map is Westwoods. IVB is leading Union, JD is leading the CSA. On top of that, JD is leading the CSA on Burnside's Bridge against the 2nd MS, who is leading the Union side, using an overview of both maps. Very exciting for this final week. In terms of our regiments today, on the CSA side, we have Jackson's Division, 5th Florida, Kelly's Brigade, 1st Virginia Cavalry, and then on the Union, we have Irish Volunteer Brigade, 2nd Mississippi, 9th Corps, 5th Virginia, and Colquitt's Brigade. Here are the current rankings for the Battle Line Network Wednesdays. Very tight as we come into the last week of the season. And then thank you to our Patreons for the support. If you want to support, go to the link in the description to see all the perks and more. And with that being said, I hope you enjoy this broadcast. Here we are live on the glorious battlefield. It's an exciting day here for Battle Line Wednesdays. It is currently the last week for the regular season, so it should be exciting. We got Westwoods, IVB's leading Union. JD is leading CSA. 2nd MS is in our second round. In terms of your team for today, with your main broadcast camera, you have myself, and then we have Corded today, who's also announcing, and he's going to do a kind of cinematic cam. We'll cut to that every once in a while from the main cam. How are you doing, Corded?
I'm doing good. Let's see how this goes.
Indeed. And then for your Frontline Reporters, on the top left side of your screen, we have... I got to flip these around. I screwed them up. On the top left side of your screen, we have Remix here from JD on CSA. And then on the top right side of your screen, you have Feller here from the Union. How are you doing, Feller?
I'm doing titacular.
That is good to hear. Apologize for the quick mix-up. We live streamed for the first time last night, and I had to reset everything because of it, and so I had to quickly throw stuff together a couple minutes before this. But we're all working now. So the Union is kind of going off in two groups. You have this main group. They're slowly approaching point. JD, on the other hand, is keeping a tiny group on point. That being 1st VA Cav and KB. So KB is engaging on the point of contention with Union just bonsaiing the point. Heck of a job here. Union catching the CSA completely off guard here. Most of the CSA isn't even near point. And so Union's reorganizing. 1st VA Cavs right next to them taking shots. So 1st VA Cav is very close. IVB is slowly moving in. Are they going to charge him out? IVB is not charging out 1st VA Cav yet. They will now do so. Jeez Louise. So, I mean, I guess we never really got the opportunity, but Corded, how does the CSA win a map like Westwoods? Because as a CSA
Usually,
person
the
yourself.
way to win Westwoods as CSA is to not engage the Union in melee combat. So that usually either deals with moving away or staying on the snake fence in the far back near the CSA spawn.
And we can see most of the CSA is around this area. However, not all of them got there. Holding back this fencer, we see part at Kelly's Brigade here. We also have 5th Florida. Off in the distance, we have JD on this far right side. Pushing forward on the Union hand is 5th VA here. Union did cap the point, so we got about 20-minute counterattack here. Interesting approach by Union here. But this is an opportunity for the CSA, if they play their cards right, to catch back up to the Union. Sevi is out here scouting.
You know, it's really hard finding groups when you don't have your HUD up. This is where map knowledge comes in.
Oh, so
true. When you can't see 5 feet in front of you because of the woods.
So pushing forward here, you do have Feller and a couple guys. Looks like they're just scouting though. Is JD Feller? No.
Ow.
So you do have 5th VA Cav. You have part of 9th Corps. Here as well, 51st Pennsylvania. Up as that Vanguard. There's a lot of shots happening. Looks like CSA is just shooting the Union for now. And IVB is charging here on this right side. IVB just ran up and took some shots. They really just ran up, took their shots, and fall back. Looks like they're just trying to deal some ticket damage. Also, make themselves lose tickets, right? Because another thing about the counterattack, on top of stopping that clock, is it can let the Union lose some of their tickets, so CSA can't regain as much. But generally, I would think the CSA would want to move in quickly and try to retake.
Maybe advise us 2 lines to our east.
2 lines to our east. Understood.
We could see Preachers guys, they're pushing forward right into the IVB. IVB's guys a little defilated here, so they do have a little bit of cover in terms of a defilade. But shots going back and forth. 2nd MS reinforcing IVB. Colquitt's brigade there as well. We can see Kelly's brigade is reinforcing 1st Virginia Cavalry. Kind of closer area. And now 1st VA Cav is charging. They get slaughtered though. They're so outnumbered right now. And all the CSA is not committing to this. You have KB, JD, and yeah, they're holding back, whereas the rest of the CSA kind of pushed forward here. I don't know if there's a communication error. And defenders are now charging the remainder of KV that is here. So this is quite interesting. Corded, how do you think the CSA has got to respond at this point to the situation that they're in?
I mean, they can be aggressive at this point. The points capped, so might as well try and get as much kills as you can.
That is fair. CSA is getting slaughtered though by the Union. They're kind of charging in independently here. You can kind of see that in the ticket count. Of course, Union does have more tickets overall, but this difference is getting sizable. So
It sure is.
the you do see like KB, the rest of KB there getting wiped. JD has not pushed in yet. 5th Florida still kind of holding back here, just taking shots. This feels like they're fighting over the point of contention. If that point of contention was over the CSA position right now, I mean it's over here. Quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Feller, how is the Union team feeling right now as they have cap point are doing a heck of a job?
Right now, I'm gonna be all honest, I'm not really in the loop. I'm just following around my boys. Morale is at a all-time high. Right now, I think, from what I'm hearing, they're making lots of aggressive pushes. What I think all we need to do is, of course, just hold our point. Or, wait, do we have point? We do have point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. This is Eastwoods, it's Westwoods. And oh my god, we're fucking charging. Here we go.
They are indeed. So JD trying to charge out the 5th VA group that is here. Feller going down in the midst of things. And Confederates going down to engage. Union's getting close though. Jeez Louise. So
The Yankees.
the regular season is done after today. In terms of how the rankings will be going into the playoffs, so every regiment that has joined since the beginning of this will get a shot at the playoffs. unless they bring less than 10 men, which is everyone except 9th Virginia from my understanding. And rankings will be done based on record. If teams are tied right now, it'll go down to KD ratio, which is why some of these late matches are so huge. Because we haven't played a lot of matches in this regular season, and that can result in a lot of ties. And then all the regiments who are just joining in will be randomly placed beneath all the regiments that are currently in the regular season. So this playoff round will be very interesting. What the heck? So Union close to hitting engaged here. Almost 7 minutes into this counterattack. Both sides just taking shots. I mean, this is a quite interesting round of Westwoods. I can see JD's got to figure out some way to get this match back in their favor. We can see IVB is kind of shifting further right here. A little more cover here with the bushes. But we do see JD pushing on this right side with the 2nd MS guys. They just tried to save that flag. That kill got the Union down to engaged. So yeah, that's 3 out of lines. Will it be 4? No, it won't. They aren't chasing. So, wow. What a crazy way to start this. Only, I mean, CSA, I don't, they're not trying to push the Union down the last stand, the overtime strategy. That's what that's called. Because Unions are considered defenders. So, but they aren't being aggressive enough to push them down to this point.
A line just pulled out. Right in front of us.
Well, I cannot tell from my angle what the CSA are trying to do. Corded, do you have any thoughts on what the CSA is trying to do right now? I can't tell.
They might be trying to bob together for a charge, but I'm not quite sure.
They haven't charged yet. You see first VA Cav. First VA Cav, they're holding right now. Looks like we might see a charge in a moment, though. KB is just taking their shots. We see Goondog. The glorious Goondog. You can see 9th Corps as a whole, they're kind of lined up behind this tree, looking very pretty.
I'll make sure your kid is full.
What does that mean?
So you do have a couple Union rambles. They're trying to save that flag, but they keep failing.
Actually, that was a whole charge from the Union there. That was
Oh,
charging
Union
breacher.
charge there? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's why there's a flag right there. That makes sense. I missed it. Dang. Was that 2nd MS?
Oh,
Actually, I don't know.
On the
The
Union?
second
Yeah,
MS
he
is
went
back.
in there first.
Dang.
I heard Feller in there, so I'm assuming
this-
there was some 5th VA in there.
There's probably 5th VA then.
Got right into their backs.
Union is being more aggressive. Fascinating.
Well, they can be. Doing that prevents the CSA from getting a good counterattack by taking their numbers down.
Oh, for sure.
Welcome up, Florida. You're a good man, Bart.
The 5th Florida taking shots here. So we do see some CSA movement towards their spawn. Knight is leading KB around the Union right flank. Union, they have to see him. Let's see. IVB is moving because of this. They did have a pretty clear line of sight. Are they going to keep going? So now they're getting their full kits, but IVB is approaching. KB's not forming up on the fence too, so they're going to lose this cover. IVB is going to charge up to this fence here and get beautiful shots. Heck of a job by IVB. IVB is going to take their shots and they're going to run back. Nothing happening on our right still. A lot of the IVB making a heck of a surprise there.
Don't chase him. Don't chase him. Don't chase him. Get your load. Don't chase him. Don't chase him. Get your load. Don't chase him.
On the north side of the fence. North side of the fence.
Yeah, smart by the Union to try and pin the CSA in their spawn. Because they'll spawn in an open field, which isn't great, obviously. Especially if you're trying to be on the counterattack.
JD is charging second MS out here. And JD is winning on the Union left. Actually, it's kind of close. This is more like a stale. No way handshake kills all of them. No, why'd he pick up the flag? Paulie, pick up the flag. Union's going to win this charge. Except, well, Devo got his shot. Heck of a shot by Devo here. So JD wins the charge.
Hey, Natty.
But dang. Holy, why'd that guy pick up the flag? And even though it looked like second MS did lose, you do have 5th VA out on this far left side. That could have flanked behind the rest of JD, but holy crap. Beastmaster wants to take this flag away from them. But on the other hand, there's a charge on the Union right. KB is charging the IVB.
Yeah, I was watching that. It was actually, neither group saw each other coming. They were literally just walking and then found each other in melee range.
That's hilarious. So, Confederates almost going to hit taking losses. KB is now on the point of contention. And they're staying put. So that'll allow the Confederates to really encircle the remainder of the Union force on here. The big thing, though, is that, I mean, attackers are still major advantage because they're going to have even tickets after this. And the Confederates will be down to taking losses. We can see more Confederates. First VA Cav, they're approaching that CSA left as well. We have a charge going on in the middle. Union needs to lose tickets now so Confederates can't regain as many. And we can see the Union starting to fall back right as 5th Florida, and I see Colquitt's Brigade tags. They charge up. Confederates go down to taking losses. That won't happen much longer. The Union retreats going in 2 directions. The second MS is going at the point. First VA Cav here on point as well. I think second MS is just trying to die here. Looks like second MS is just trying to drive the Union tickets down, which is not a bad idea. They all basically got wiped too before the CSA took back the point. Perfect timing on their part. So CSA back to a very close engage. Union not engaged. IVB is engaging the CSA almost instantly. IVB is taking a lot of hits because there's a lot of CSA cooped up here on the point. We can see on the left side, looks like 9th Corps, possibly 5th VA as well, pushing in. It's probably just 9th Corps though, and 9th Corps is slamming right into the slide. Confederates going down to taking losses. Who's going to win this charge? Union going down to engage, taking losses, sorry. It's a little different morale stage. But it does look like Union will win on the point. CSA actually have more men. That's something we forgot to look at the beginning. It's a 4-man imbalance towards the CSA. We have Allen still left. Allen getting numerous. That body just had a seizure.
Good shit, good shit.
But there he goes. But Union will get the point of contention. Union will probably not cap here. CSA should force the Union to cap the point right now. And then try to push them in the last stand. Union just needs to push the Confederates into breaking. So we'll probably see the Union be very hyper-aggressive. And hopefully CSA will just sit back. You could see them doing that right now, waiting for the Union to cap. JD is actually shifting further right now down their line. So an interesting round. Will the Union cap? You do have a couple guys on the point. Second MS.
Run away, run away.
We gotta get the fuck out of here. Get away from Cap.
Boys,
Get
let's
away
run
from
south.
Cap, everybody.
We can see second MS. They got to get off that point. I think they're being told to do so, and they finally get off point. Union, for the most part, is getting their bayonets and reloads at main. You do have 5th VA out in front with some Colquitt's Brigade guys. On top of that, IVB is to their right, further right into the woods. And it looks like that 5th VA Colquitt's Brigade group is taking shots at the CSA forces.
Let's go, boys. Move.
On the move!
Come on, boys. Let's get them, zombie.
So the big thing is for the CSA, they just gotta not take casualties. Corden, would you agree or disagree with that analysis?
Well, taking less casualties is always a good strategy in
Yeah,
my
of
mind.
course.
But yeah, you do got to play really conservative and take extra consideration into the cover that you can use. There are a good amount of hills that the CSA can use to their advantage, and snake fences don't offer too much protection.
It is true.
Union's starting to move up on the CSA right now. I think IVB coming up on the right. Yeah. And they're falling and falling. Oh, they're not falling back. They're just standing and shooting. Here comes the rest of the Union firing at the stake fence.
You could see him there. Holy crap. First VA Cav getting shredded after stringing the Cav song. My ears hurt. That was a lot of sound going into my ears there. So, just as Cord had said, IVB has pushed up on this right side. They're getting some nice shots. You see more Union pushing up on this left side. 5th VA, Colquitt's, you've seen them there. But 2nd MS and 9th Corps is pushing up there as well behind 5th VA Cav and Colquitt's. So, Confederates getting to that point. It's getting a little nerve-wracking for them. Will the CSA start moving near the point? Let's look over on the CSA right. You do have 5th Florida and JD on this far right side. They're close to point, so they will be able to get there in a jiffy if they need to.
I'm bleeding now. Oh god, they shot my dick off.
So big thing, I mean, I think it's inevitable at this point that the Confederates are going to hit breaking. Even if they sit in their spawn, like Cord had said earlier, it's in the wide open, so it's going to be hard for the CSA to hide, at least at their spawn. I don't know how far back they can go, and I don't know how far the Union can go, but...
CSA can't go too far back in their spawn. They can't run back to any cover if that house is not reachable.
Dang, that's unfortunate. You do have 9th Corps, 9th New York in front. Volleying here in the CSA. I don't know where they were shooting, but they didn't get any kills from my view. KB, I mean, CSA is just inching and inching and inching towards breaking here. Casualties galore. We do see some CSA going off to the far left. First VA Cav. Interesting positioning from first VA Cav. They're very far from the point, especially when we get close to breaking. I'm surprised JD and 5th Florida haven't moved up to the point. And Union's starting to pre-cap now because CSA is getting that close. That's going to probably draw the CSA out. You can see 9th New York here. Mostly 9th Corps, all of 9th Corps. They're just running up and they're going to volley here. And CSA again, so very close. And we can see 5th Florida is starting to move onto the point to make sure they have control of it when they do hit breaking. And Union can obviously see that they're capping, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to point. IVB making their way through the Union line. Second MS forming up on IVB, so it looks like the Union is going to be charging point momentarily here because they know CSA is on the point, and because it's being capped, and also they know they can probably knock them down to breaking in this charge, so here they go. Confederates hit breaking. You can hear it with the huzzas. When will the rest of the CSA move in, though? They're starting to move in, but will it be enough? I'm not sure. And we have Kelly's brigade arriving here. They're a little scattered, Union's together. Someone just volleyed from a distance. I don't know who. Union still capping point. More CSA pouring in.
No. I'm assuming Adam does not have auto reload on. In fact, where the fuck is Adam?
First VA Cav is holding back, getting their reloads. Even if First VA Cav got into this, I don't know. I don't know. CSA is halfway down to breaking. Union about to hit breaking. And it looks like the Union is going to win this game. First VA Cav now making their way over here. CSA respawn's getting close. It's going to be a little tight here. But in the end, I think Union's going to win this quite possibly. Here comes CSA pouring in. And the point is stopped from being capped at the very edge. CSA are able to, wow, prevent that cap. What a save by the CSA. Actually, let's hear them on point. So CSA celebrating their victory. How long will that last? I don't know. They're almost at last stand. They got about 40% of their tickets remaining. Union's almost at breaking here. Very close in terms of JD losing this match. And I mean, this match is huge for the IVB. They're in the middle of the pack right now. If they win, they'll be tied with Ninth Corps for second place. KD's, I don't know what that'll be. We'll figure that out after this. But if IVB loses, they'll be down at the same rank with KB, who's currently in 4th place. IVB's in 3rd. And KB has a pretty dang good kill ratio right now, which would put KB above IVB, but we still don't know casualties. That'll be shown at the end of the second round, what the playoffs and the rankings for the regular season are. JD, they've played one match so far. They lost that match. And so we don't know where they'll be at the end of this. They could win these 2 matches and be tied for second place at the end of today. Or they could be in dead last. Their fates and their destiny. And we still got some time to go. First VA Cav just running up, forcing the Union into breaking, and now they're going to fall back. They want to avoid going in the last stand. Nice volley by them. Union's just taking shots here, getting 1 kill. Here, Feller encouraging his friendlies.
Listen, man, they started making fun of me. Goddamn.
No, it's great. It's great.
No, they were. They hurt my
I know,
feelings.
I heard.
I'm gonna write a mean tweet about them.
Yeah, screw the
They'll
IVB.
see.
The IVB is the worst regiment in the game. Believe me.
Guns are heavy.
It's the truth.
So,
Well, I don't really like too much that the CSA is sitting in spawn right now. I mean, not spawn, and on the point. Especially with their flags, because that is going to be the easiest target ever.
That is true. Confederates are just having like, I don't even know right now. They're just excited.
They're just having a good time right now.
They really are.
They probably don't have much hope left.
I mean,
so they're just trying to have fun.
if we had a win probability chart, Union is probably at like a 90%, probably 95. Honestly, put it at 99. Unless a miracle happens where the CSA just volleys down the whole
Alright,
Union.
Here
I don't
comes the
know.
blue wave.
Here it comes. Yeah, Union's slamming down on this door. CSA, will they hit last stand? They probably will. There they go. So, with that being said, all the CSA guys who died, who are dying now, they can't respawn. Everyone who did die before last stand is spawned back in, and they're just going to bonsai toward the point. CSA actually did win on point, despite everything. And those CSA respawns are going to be there. Heck of a job by CSA to hold. They're still not going to... I don't see how they're going to win this, though. They have to survive, I think, 3 more charges. Because you got the one right now that Union's going to have. I don't know if they'll go to final push then. Assuming they don't, they'll go into final push in the middle of their second charge. And they'll have 1.5 more charges after that. So, statistically, I don't see how the CSA can win this. Heck of a job, though, to keep it going this far, though.
Yeah, I mean, they've held the point for, let's say, they barely snatched it back before they went to last stand. And then the previous charge that they just had, they still held it. And that's pretty good, honestly.
It really, I mean, we're CSA, after going down to taking losses, they've held the point for 15 or so minutes. All right, we're approaching 15 minutes, which is crazy to think about. If theoretically, I mean, there's still a chance they can win. Union, honestly, this one man is baiting the whole CSA out. So that was really funny. So first VA Cav is going in front of the whole CSA column here, or defense. I don't know if they're just trying to get some nice flanking shots like we saw them doing a moment ago. They kill Sevi.
I'd take it a cinematic shot of that.
And they're reloading. Honestly, what the CSA should have done. Corded, how close can the CSA... Oh, they're charging on point. How close can the CSA get to Union spawn? Do you know?
They can get like 20, 25 yards of the nearest snake fence from their spawn.
Huh. I'll say what I want to say in a minute, but charges happening on point. CSA pretty much getting wiped here. Not a whole lot of surprise there, especially after last stand, but I just wonder if the CSA, that'll do it for this round, but I wonder if the CSA, once they retook the point and hit last stand, I wonder if they should have like pushed the Union spawn aggressively to try to push them in the final push. Again, that's such a stretch, but I do not know. Corded, your thoughts for this round?
I think throughout the whole round, the CSA made themselves easy targets, which is really bad on a close quarters map that you were defending on. You really gotta hide because there's not too much cover other than the natural cover, such as the hills and trees. As you can see there in this report, they are so close together. And that's easy shots for both sides, and you're gonna lose that as a defending team. This Union did great. They're pushed way past the point the whole game. So yeah, this is an attacker map.
Feller, your thoughts for the round?
I think the whole Union did good. Whenever the CSA would make a huge push, the USA would regroup, and getting the hell out of there. Good job, CSA, as well, for winning multiple charges on point as well. Overall, great game.
Yeah, for sure. Huge win for the IVB as that makes it close for second place. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next round. Here we are live on the second battlefield. I can't even understate how huge that of a win that was for IVB last round. They'd be in 4th or 5th place if they lost that. But we're on to the second match now. Second MS is leading the Union team. They're in first place right now with a record of 2-0. They're trying to hold that lead. If they win this match, they'll be first place going into the playoffs. If they lose, they'll be tied with IVB in 9th core with that record of 2-1. JD, on the other hand, they lost their second match. You saw that last round. If they lose, they're in last place. If not, they'll be tied with KB for that last spot. And I think KB has a pretty dang good KD ratio. So this is huge for second MS, not so much for JD. Regardless, it should be an entertaining match. Corded, what does the CSA try to do on this map to stop the USA?
Well, you need to do whatever you can to get them to not be able to get a foothold across the river, or the creek, I should say. Because keeping them having to keep crossing the bridge is going to be the best opportunity you can to knock them down with tickets while not losing your own. This kind of becomes, like we saw in Westwoods before, if you let the Union get across with all 4 of their flags, they could just turn it into a close quarter map and will the CSA's tickets down. And also the CSA has to avoid the Union artillery because they do have good shots on the opposite side of the bank that the CSA a lot of times likes to use to keep the Union from crossing. So you gotta play pretty carefully as CSA.
That is true. And then, of course, Union is just the opposite. They just got to make it across that bridge. That's the big thing. I remember it's been a while, but CSA would fall back all the way to this stone wall. That's somewhat close to their spawn. But I've seen CSA just completely give up the bridge, let Union Crossing get there, which makes me a little sad. I like the big charges across big bridges. That is my type of deal. But
Dude, Collector's gonna die.
Alright, guys, let's run a volley. Let's run a volley to the northwest. Let's go for it.
Union Collector there. He's on the stone wall, standing there like a true hero. His men want him down.
He is blood for
Look,
Luke.
there stands Sevi like a
So Union's trying to take shots. This is more historically accurate. Sevi's also doing it as well. A little surprise there. But yeah, it'll be intriguing to see how long the Union will shoot for. CSA also returning fire. They're not going to be able to deal a lot of damage just because of that stone wall. And the IVB is returning volley fire. Let's see how many casualties. CSA are not holding up on the fence. You can see this fence got broken just because of IVB shot, and they all hit right there. That's really cool to see. And first VA Cav moving appropriately because of that. So CSA looking over this again. You have 5th Florida, and you have Colquitt's Brigade holding on the right of the bridge. Up on top of the hill, more to the left side, you have 1st Missouri. They're skirmishers. Then on the left side, you have JD and 1st VA Cav. This is a vantage point.
You're alright. Don't crouch. Who the fuck's
They're
crouching?
shooting way high.
There you go. Adam.
I was trying not to get shot in the head.
You're
That
fine,
was
you're fine,
me.
Willie. You're fine, Willie. You're fine, Willie.
Yeah, if you're the Union, you do want to cross at some point.
I'm surprised they
Because
haven't.
letting this be a shootout, you're not going to take tickets off of any team, so it's just running down the clock, and that's only an advantage for the defenders.
Oh, of course. I mean, I've normally seen the Union just, like, get up to this bridge and then charge right away. But, I mean, second MS, they are leading Union. They are a CSA Reg. So that can be a part of it, too, is just trying to learn how to play a Union map. The regular season schedule was set this season based off map bias, trying to make it as even as possible. Overall, 14th Brooklyn did drop out, which did cause 2nd MS to get flipped onto the Union side, like we see now. So that is why that is there. Hopefully, with the draft system that is being manufactured right now, that should improve the unbalance of things in balance. So,
all right, seems like Union's preparing for a charge. Collector's making a speech on top of the bridge. All right, speech is over.
Speech is over. Dang. And here comes the Union. Will they go left or right? That's the big thing. Collector is going to the left side here. And you can see that CSA volley wrecking the Union. Still, so many Union pouring across here. The big thing for the Union is getting these flags across. Honestly, oh my goodness, that flag bearer is hopping over. Oh my goodness, they're hopping over the tall part of that stone wall. And all the flags are going to make it through. Honestly, the CSA, they just need to target those flags. Because honestly, even if the whole Union team gets across the bridge, if you have those flags down on the bridge, the Union won't be able to respawn. You can eventually wipe them out. So honestly, surprised. Wow. So Union's going to get across, and they're going to get all these respawns, and they are continuing to move here. Can hear some man saying he feels safer by Collector past Steel here. So CSA starting to move over. They do have some force over on the left side still holding there. 5th Florida and JD mostly engaging here. Moving to the right of JD up on top of the hill is Kelly's brigade. Let's see who's on this left side quickly. It is mostly 1st VA Cav. They're going to shoot stragglers. But, I mean, Union got all 4 flags across. So, more Union approaching the top of this bridge here. And now the rest of the Union's going to be taking shots. Your Collector say, let's go. And so, Collector going down, and the whole Union team is starting to push out here on the CSA. CSA a little spread out, so this is a perfect push opportunity for the Union. You can see the rest of the CSA is starting to move over this way. And the Union keeps going. Who's winning? I don't know. Union flags kind of holding back. It's pretty dang close. If 1st VA Cav gets over here, Confederates are going to win this charge. We can see some Union starting to move across the bridge. 1st VA Cav, they got to get here. And there they are. Union has to get these flags out. They've lost 2. And it's still huge that Union has got 2. They got to just get out of there. And it looks like the Confederates aren't going to push that. So Confederates hold successfully. Union losing 2 of those flags.
You gonna die by my hand, yeah! Get back, boys, get back, get back.
Someone shoot him.
So that's huge that USA even has 2 flags across that bridge. They can always get those other 2. But a lot of Union respawns making their way back to the bridge. CSA down on tickets, no surprise there. It'll be intriguing to see where the CSA will return to. You can see that artillery shot hitting right there. But not too bad of a defense so far by the CSA. They let them across the bridge, but they were able to successfully wipe them off. So Collector returning to his original position. Corden, what do you think the CSA got to do right now?
Well, if they can realize that the Union's pretty thin on this riverbank, it might be a good idea just to charge them out and take out the rest of their flags. But you also have to keep a group at this point on the bridge, watching the bridge, because now they know that there's going to be a good amount of Union that's going to have to cross it.
Somehow, some way, we held that offensive off.
I don't think the CSA knows Union got 2 of those flags out. Because 5th Florida is not even facing that direction. Oh, does Stu see it?
Wait.
The Union is starting to move out, though.
Yes, Deuce is like, wait. So the Union's starting to move out again. They have 3 officers down. Who do we have? I see 5th VA, 2nd MS, Colquitt's, and 9th New York. So it really almost looks like IVB didn't make it. And they're stuck on the other side of the bridge. And CSA is going to have another opportunity to force the Union down, and they're mobilizing very quickly here. The Union should try to cross the bridge right now as the engagement is occurring.
They are indeed. The last of the Union reinforcements are crossing.
That is good to see. Is CSA trying to stop that at all? It kind of looks like they are.
They are. 1st Virginia Cav and 57th Virginia are meeting them at the bridge.
That is, hopefully will be the great part about this is if Corded, you looking at that over there?
Yep, most of them have already crossed though.
Dang. So that's the cool thing about this is hopefully we should be able to flip back and forth between these views and see both sides getting close to engage. Who will hit first? Probably the Confederacy. It really doesn't look like a lot of the IUB got across. And Confederates will hit engage first. Union's getting close. Not a lot of Union left holding. It's a mix of tanks here. I see 51st, 9th New York, 2nd MS, and Colquitt's Brigade. Confederates should probably charge these guys out. These flag bearers, though, they got to be protected. And Union goes down to engage. So CSA still doing a heck of a job. I'm surprised they aren't charging these Union guys out. First VA Cav is starting to reposition themselves over to this other side. Wow. First VA Cav is actually making their way out onto the Union flank, cutting off their retreat path. And the Union can see them. Union's starting to panic. They have 3 of their flags, but Feller, I can hear you saying it's not good. What's the feeling down there right now?
Panic! Panic! They're charging! Oh my god, run away!
JD is leading this charge. So yeah, CSA have essentially encircled the Union Army here. That is remains on this side of the bridge. KV charging in. And the Union en masse is getting wiped. Natty is running away. Natty, no! Nice shot here by Spam. What a kill. That was so huge for the CSA. Union has no flags now on this side of the bridge. They've lost all of them. So that means they need to reclaim them. So that means Union is going to go left. IVB is vibing, though, on their side of the bridge. Wow. What a match so far. CSA is also ahead on tickets. This is something. Wow.
Yeah. That was great movement by First VA to get on the Union side. And then at that point, it was just a no-brainer to shoot them and then charge because you were just going to whittle them down so easily. And now CSA's up on tickets, which is not something you can easily get on Burnside Bridge.
No. I mean, CSA, oh, sorry there, has pretty much played this map perfectly so far. Union, they still got 30 minutes. They're not that far off from CSA in tickets. It's just going to be a lot harder for them now because they're down on tickets and they don't have those flags. So, wow, that's really all I can say. I haven't seen a map go to CSA like this in a very long time. Normally, you don't. I mean, I've watched this in public matches as of late, so that's probably why. As well, but normally if Union's bunched up over there and CSA surrounds them, CSA won't charge. So Union can just eventually bait that out, and CSA is starting to take shots. A lot of them are going over. You can hear them whizzing by my spectator cam at least.
That was a lovely volley by us.
Yeah, my shot was inaccurate. I'm telling you, if that's one of ours, man. No, it can't be. That might be a Yankee trying to go back across.
That is a Yankee.
I have binoculars,
Yeah,
and I'm not using them. Oh my god!
Okay, you know, I was just about to say that we haven't seen too much action from the artillery.
Oh, that fuse was set short, but no, I was just above them. I was just above them, zoomed out, and I didn't see him.
I was right behind him.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
That's a highlight.
That's it. That is the highlight. Holy
That was a
crap.
great shot. It took out like half a line, I think.
It really is. And first VA cav, and like immediately gets off there. I mean, you can still just see the.
And that's why you don't stand there too long, because CCRD can easily see you because someone has binoculars, and they can also see your smoke cloud.
Indeed. What is JD here doing? Are they just scouting out or something? Like, what were they doing there? What is? So we have Goo here from 9th Corps. He is in the water.
Still not
He is going down to the river to pray.
He's praying before the next charge, as the CSA are going to get some beautiful shots here. Union actually does get a flag back. I did partially forget about that. If flags are down for 5 minutes, you can pick them back up. Which doesn't seem like a long time, but in War of Rights, 5 minutes is a long time. But they did get one of those flags back.
War Thunder after this?
War Thunder.
I won't have all the time, but yeah, sure.
That's great to see.
Oh my god, that's glorious.
That's golden.
The sounds coming out of people's mouths this game. Crap.
Yeah, whenever there's a lack of action going on, there's always some energy made up between the soldiers.
Oh, for sure.
Listen, man,
More left, JD, and make sure you have your bayonets.
listen, man, I love.
Osama.
I hate Adam because you know, any time aside from today, I would say I love. No.
Poor
Let's
Adam.
see, is CSA taking any artillery? I don't think they are.
Troopers King, but Adam.
There's 5 artillery guys in CSA. Where is their gun? Where'd they go?
There's 5 men. Where? there's a
They have moved their gun. Where the hell is it? It's where the Union go on the road. Look to your right. No, other road.
Oh,
Down.
crap.
Oh yeah, they've put it down here.
Oh, no, I have never seen the CSA move artillery this far forward. And Union charging
I
across the
haven't
bridge. They're going right, though. They
Let's see
have
if
the
they make
second
use of
flag.
this cannon. Oh, they shot a canister. I couldn't see it though.
So Union had part of their forces charge the CSA forces here on the left. That's more of a distraction. The rest of the CSA charging down this right side now. Union does not have a lot of men in here.
No, they don't need too much as long as I can keep the CSA distracted.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
why isn't the
they
CSA
held,
charging
They
them
held
out?
really good there.
They really did. How many flags does the Union have? They have 2 flags. So they kept those 2 flags in. That's huge. Dang, Union artillery missed there, but CSA's got to do what they did earlier and push them out here again. They kind of
They sure
return to their
can.
positions. I mean, they outnumber them by a lot. They should know that.
They do. And they can do a charge out of bounds there. They got 30 seconds and it's not that far of a way. So they can get some good damage and then come back.
So CSA is starting to shift further and further left here. 5th Florida and JDR, they're starting to take shots here. Not the CSA. IVB is just letting his pistol rip. He's mag dumping the CSA from a distance. Impressive shots from the Union, though. First VA Cav now joining in this fight as well. They do have one CSA guy in the back here. Nuclear gets killed, even though he killed one. First VA Cav is actually shifting further up the hill. Looks like they're gonna try to. Are they gonna charge, or are they holding on these rocks? First VA Cav is repositioning, but a lot of Union gathering on the other side of the bridge. That's why you don't see all of CSA pushing over to this side. You see part of I-Corps here. I-Corps is with Kelly's brigade. They're just bringing some of those guys along to join them. We see Help here. Help and KJ and Lucky. Names that I've seen a lot before. And CSA slowly surrounding the Union forces here on this left side. First VA Cav getting very aggressive here, going up to that straight fence. So JD not wanting to push in right now. They're just probing, taking shots. And will the Union charge across the bridge? It looks like they're going right now. Not all the CSA. They do have that cannon, though. Will that cannon play a part in this? Let's find out. Come on, cannon. Fire, fire, fire.
Oh, they gotta turn it.
No, that cannon is aimed too far to the right. They're trying to turn it right now. And the Union goes down to taking losses here. Both sides now are taking losses. KB is charging out this Union charge on the left side. Nothing's really happening on the right, though. Union getting a couple guys through. Again, they don't have flags on this side, which is huge for them. They did lose their one flag, which isn't good for them. But KB mostly falling back. The rest of these Union guys are pushing up top of the hill. I saw 2nd MS there. Charging happening on the other side, though, where it looks like CSA is going to win this in the end. Union going to be losing one of their flags. Lord for plate here from 2nd MS. Give this man a medal. He's getting this flag back to the left side. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. It's just sketchy here. I thought it was a CSA guy there. But that would have been really funny if that Union flag got shot.
No, do not tell me.
Cap'n here does not want this flag to make it. But Sketchy's coming out of the blue. Will he protect the flag?
Gonna go lost. Holy shit.
Lord for place. He gonna make it back across? Oh, he's going back. No, no! Oh, he dies. On the other hand, you have the rest of the Union. They are very far back. It is 2nd MS. They are the ones who really made it across. They don't have a flag, which is the big thing. However, they can be a little bit of a distraction. They're actually charging the CSA artillery, who's trying to drive another gun up there.
Hello, friend. How are you? Dead. That's what you are.
Your Honor, Aha.
How are you, friend? Dead. That was good. Oh crap! Union didn't get wiped on the right side.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a cross bridge or not.
They mostly got wiped.
They mostly got wiped, but IVB's got that flag.
They do have the flag, but
Collector,
it's a very small force.
Collector, what are you doing? Collector, you need to hide yourself because I don't know if the CSA know you're here. IVB, these guys are actually pushing up a little bit.
I don't think he knows about the group up top.
They might. JD is swinging down like a door.
Yes,
And,
thankfully their flag bearer
did
had
not push
the
him.
spidey sense to not go up the hill.
Sevy's in though. Sevy's Sevy. Sevy saw what was coming and their flag was
The
down.
Union did attempt to cross again. Looks like they're going left this time.
Did artillery do anything? I don't know. KB charging in. Again, Union does have a flag. They did get through. These guys in the back, they still don't have the flag, obviously, but they're doing a minuscule amount of trolling. This has been a heck of a round. More Union charging down the center. Is 5th VA.
I'm gonna grab the flag and I'm gonna scamper away. Go, run! Grab the flag and I'm gonna scamper. I can't grab the flag.
Feller! Feller! The amount of funny moments that have happened in the past, like, 3 minutes alone. Holy crap. So, the state of the Union right now. One flag down in the middle. Union does have guys in the back. On the left side here, Union has a sizable force with 3 flags. Union's actually... I think Union's ahead on tickets. Did they just lose a flag? Union somehow lost a flag.
I think the Union might be a little bit behind, but it is pretty equal.
It's honest. That's probably fair. I don't know. But CSA, I don't know if they still think there's Union on the right. Sorry, my mouse is unclicking and clicking. So CSA still thinks there's a decent amount of Union on the right side here when there's none. So that's going to give the Union a chance to push to the left with a larger force. You have 5th VA or 5th Florida going to deal with the Union guys in the back as it appears. And then you have part of KB on this right side. Union starting to push up a little bit here. They're not pushing up in mass, but wow. I think Union's ahead on tickets. So Union taking shots down the road. I don't know why they would take shots down the road. Possibly to hit artillery, but it'll just alert the CSA to their movements a little quicker. CSA caught off guard on the right side here as shots being engaged. And the Union's going to charge here. A very scattered out charge. But a charge nonetheless. Not all Union's pushing up. Confederates hitting braking first. More Union trickling in, so Union will prevail on this right side. Is more CSA coming over? Not yet. And Union hits braking there. So, the sides are pretty dang... CSA has to wipe the Union on this side of the bridge. Because they can get 3 flags here in a minute, but I see a mix of Union over here. Heck of a job. And CSA is getting close to almost halfway to last stand.
AD is starting to come up.
Jeez Louise. Well, JD has to win this charge. Not a lot of CSA coming in to assist. The flag's falling back. I'm surprised. I mean, I guess it makes sense Union crossing the bridge as well. It looks like Union's going to win on this right side. Not a lot of Union making it across though, so CSA still have a firm grip. CSA, the fact that they have like piecemealed towards these Union groups on the left side is huge because CSA is losing a lot of tickets to it. No one helped me. Yeah, I mean Union is losing a lot of tickets just because of this scrap on the left, but I mean Union survives on the left side.
An artist shot that came really close to really damaging first VACAV. Either that was glitched or I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough about artillery. I think it may have hit in the road, but from my perspective, it looked like it hit in their line and didn't do anything.
Wow. Didn't knock anyone over?
No, I think that's because it was a confusing perspective.
So JD, at least Remix, was trying to scout out to see if the Union's still there. But I mean, Confederates look a little in disarray right now. But yeah, see a lot of CSA moving out from their spawn right now. One group is holding further back onto the point of contention that is first VA Cav. Yeah, first VA Cav, they're kind of lined up in the middle. They do have a tree in front of them. I don't know. That's kind of a risky spot they're in. Very easily get hit by artillery.
Yeah, it is risky.
Gathering on the other side of this bridge here is IVB. Jamming it out to some good old American Civil War music. CSA still look like they're very spread out. This is so weird to look at. JD mostly formed up here. They're now taking shots at the Union. And the Union's going to push out right as those shots are heard. I won't be surprised if Union charge across the bridge at this point, but here comes JD is falling back. They're not engaging here. They don't want to get down the last stand, but the one thing that sucks about this is you're going to lose skirmishing out of line when you're retreating here. Yeah, well, any CSA move over to assist. They're starting to move that way. It looks like Union's moving it across the bridge.
At the quick time, even.
At the quick time.
And here they go.
So both charge having at the same time. How's that charge going in the middle there, Gordon?
They're getting cut up.
On the other hand, this charge on the left side is decisively going in favor of the Union. Union overwhelming JD. They're just charging in. I think they're just trying to hit him down to last stand. CSA is about to hit last stand. So you can hear the Union on the left side. They're saying go to point, go to point.
Just be careful.
Because CSA is on the brink of hitting last stand. This Union group, and there they are. Look at that. That's good timing for the these Union guys in the back. But will the Union hit last stand? Or final push, sorry, because of this force in the back. That'll be interesting. And time will tell. We do see some CSA pushing up on here. We got mostly Kelly's brigade here. Remember, all these CSA guys that die don't respawn. CSA artillery shooting. More CSA pouring up on their back. First VA Cav. CSA is kind of encircling. KB almost is basically wiped there. Union so very close to hitting final push. Confederate artillery, I don't know if that was Confederate artillery or Union, but first VA Cav got hit. And Union is starting to cross the bridge. I really like that.
I just bayoneted like 3 guys.
So Union is on the verge of hitting final push here. I don't know. It's going to be tight here. Confederates got to charge and wipe these guys quickly and move back to that bridge before more Union get across. More Union getting across right now. CSA spawns from Maine are slamming into this Union group on point. They are winning there, but more Union that started coming across the bridge around here. Union in final push, 4.5 minutes. I think Union's going to win this. Unless CSA somehow charge this way and force to stop at the bridge, which is what they have to do. I mean, Union doesn't have their flags. CSA's got to go to that bridge.
Yeah, one last hold on the bridge. That's kind of the only chance you had at last stand.
Because, I mean, Union right now is just... Union's not charging. They're holding on the other side of the bridge. They're waiting to reform. They are waiting to reform. So the few remaining Confederates over here will have a chance. This flag bearer, Fear, you gotta get back. At least I think. I don't know. This is what a fitting way to end the regular season here. Confederates just that poor Confederate just died to artillery.
Uh-oh. Fear's about to get stabbed. He got stabbed.
No! What a shot by Toxic.
The chaplain taking a life.
No shot. Grim tried to take that shot, he missed. So, Union forming for one last charge. I don't think the CSA will be able to hold. Sevi is doing a little trolling on the bridge right now. Because tickets don't matter for anybody. That'd be really funny if the Union somehow messed this up. And now it looks like 2nd MS leading this charge across the bridge.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's get the flag.
Here comes the Union. This is more like a victory parade across the bridge, but you're being shot at by a billion bullets. And Union will start heading to the point of contention. And Union's going to get there with little to no resistance. The last CSA resistance is on this fence line here. And they're going to take their shots as best as they can, but
Step away from that fence, boys.
it is not going to be enough. Final push is overpowered in this game. I think the last couple of Confederates, they are here. I don't see it. Yeah, not really anyone else.
Operator, get in melee mode.
So that'll do it. That should do it.
Yes, that will indeed do it.
Wow. That is really unfortunate, but dang. Corded, your thoughts for the round?
I think CSA started off great. They were starting with a ticket lead halfway through the match, and then once they got like taking losses close to breaking, they started throwing away tickets and got either overconfident, reckless, or unlucky. It just flipped in a bad way for them, and the Union just capitalized on that, sending people over and getting in close, and also sending people in the back to distract some of the CSA forces away from the bridge. It was a good show by the Union.
Feller, your thoughts?
Corded stole everything I was going to say, you rat bastard. No, fucking... USA played really good. CSA at the beginning of the round also did fucking fantastic. Midway through the match, that encirclement by Preacher was huge, actually. Fucking got us down to taking losses, if I recall correctly. But no, again, props to the USA. We reformed and came back, and it was some good fucking fighting all around.
Yeah, for sure. And with that being said, here's the results of the regular season and the postseason bracket. And here is that exactly. Here is the regular season standings at the end of it all. 2nd MS took first place with 9th Corps in 2nd, IVB in 3rd, KB in 4th, and JD in 5th. Now, as we can see, there are a lot of the regiments that joined with a lot of people, so they will be allowed into this first bracket. So in our first match, you have 2nd MS versus 5th Florida. In our second match, you have 9th Corps versus Colquitt's Brigade. In our third match, you have IVB versus 5th Virginia. And then our last match, you have Kelly's Brigade versus JD. With that being said, here's the post-game interview. Here we are with the post-game interview for tonight's Battle Line Network Wednesday event. It was the final week of the regular season where we saw Westwoods where the USA won decisively. And then we saw Burnside's Bridge where the CSA was winning for the first half of that match, but then USA took the game back and won in the end. We have leaders tonight to talk about strategy and more. So let's go through our USA representatives. First, we have Natty Light.
How's it going, guys? I'm Natty with 3-0 baby.
Then we have Provost.
How's everybody doing tonight?
We have Fear.
Hello.
We have Star.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Starr, 5th Virginia, 2nd Corps.
And then we have Grim.
Howdy, folks. I'm Grim. I'm from the CQB, Warrant Officer.
All right. Thank you. And now onto our CSA side. First, we have Remix.
Remix from Jackson Division.
And we have Preacher.
Hello, I'm Preacher, First VA Cav, onlycavs.com. Thank you.
And on to your battle line team tonight. First, we had Feller as a frontline reporter.
Howdy, fifth. Or fuck. Howdy, gentlemen. Howdy, gentlemen. Private Feller, best private in the 5th VA.
And we have Corded announcing.
Hello, Captain Corded, 6th Louisiana, 2nd Corps.
And then there is me as Guardian Eagle. So let's move on to the first round. Westwoods. USA was attacking, so we'll start with you guys. What was your strategy going into the round, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Well, the original strategy was to attack the point as fast as we possibly could, and push the Union to that or the CSA to the right side, where they typically like to hide. But they did not do that, and they went to that left side. And the entire team kind of just converged on their position and tried keeping them in that position for as long as possible. Eventually, for my regiment, the 5th VA, I was leading on Westwoods tonight. We got on that far left side and we just kept putting pressure on their far flank. So I can't tell you what was happening in the front, but I know what we were doing. We were getting as many flanking shots as we possibly could to start that map once we pushed them in that corner.
Any other Union have thoughts for the first round?
Yeah, so the first round, yeah, exactly what Fear was saying about our plan was to kind of initially hit the point and then kind of pivot, not exactly cap. And so we actually did that, but we kind of changed our plan as the CSA pulled back their right, left. And so it became like a giant shootout, and there was a lot of maneuvers on both sides trying to outflank each other. So it was kind of I know us, in 2nd MS, we had to move left one time, and it was just brutal. It was like a bar brawl almost, but all in all, it was a good hard fought map for both sides, and it was just an all in all fun game. So, all right, that's all I got to say.
I completely agree. I let Fear take the reins of the 5th for this one, and he did a great job getting on the flanks of the enemy and really giving it to him. And I did spend a bit of time as a flag bearer for IVB, and they were moving as cohesively as they always do, so just really solid play all around.
Yeah. Grim, Provost, did you want to add anything? Fine if not.
I don't. Fell in as line infantry for the first match.
All right. Fair enough. So, let's go on to the defense. CSA, what was your guys' strategy to defend on Westwoods, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
Our plan was going in, we were gonna go everyone was gonna go on the right. We were gonna make kind of like a half square sort of thing. People were gonna defend the right, people were gonna defend in front of us, and on our left. Our thinking was bigger groups win most of the battles in Westwood, so we wanted to stick closely to each other. But then we saw them cap, so we wanted to react to that, so we were like, hey, we're gonna take cap and then pull back. We took cap, but the people on cap got wiped right away. That brought our tickets down very low, so that's what kind of messed us up for us to lose Westwoods.
Preacher, you got anything to add?
No, we had a good time. We're very blessed. That's a weird cap zone on Westwoods. It's I think we're lucky at all that we actually managed to crack that one time they capped it early almost. We had to be fucking right underneath that goddamn icon just to crack it. But we did, and Shout out to Fifth Florida, and shout out to KB and JD, and I hope I got everyone there. Fifth? Well, they weren't CSA though.
No, fifth VA, I think.
Yeah, they were Union.
Oh
no, Fifth Florida.
Fifth Florida, yeah.
Oh, I said Fifth Florida, didn't I?
Thank you, Dick.
Yeah, so yeah, and good games.
There's two fifths. That's what.
Yeah. And good job, JD. I think you planned those out very well, and we did our best.
All right. Corey or Fowler, you got any questions for the first round for either side?
I do not.
Nope.
All right. Let's move to the second round. Burnside's Bridge. Heck of a match. Sorry, we'll start with the USA side, the attackers. What was your guys' strategy going into the round, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
So in that map, because we kind of looked at it as being like, we got to send the whole team together to get across that bridge because it's very hectic, even crossing that bridge. And so my thoughts going into that map was, obviously follow like kind of like the meta in some form or another. Thankfully, I had like a great Union leadership because I'm not used to playing in Union on that side. And so a lot of the regiments, we worked really well together and being able to pivot. So our original plan was to, wait for the RD to actually get set up, kind of run a couple volleys, and then hit like I guess a spot towards the right so we could actually break through, and which was pretty much according to plan. But as soon as we got up on top of that hill, it became like a shootout, and it was a successful CSA wipe. So we had to reset again. We kind of waited a little bit to recover our flags, which were according to the plan, and then we decided to kind of shift it right this time, sitting the majority of the troops that had flags, because we still had 2 down flags, to the right, while the rest of us kind of like, I think another regiment, I think it was part of Ninth Corps, made it to the left, and then at that point I was on the left hand side, and we just kind of duked it out, and I was able to push the left up to the stake fence and kind of harass Artie and their spawn, with maybe like 10 guys, because that's how successful the CSA shots were in that map. And it became one of those maps where, we got wiped a couple times, but, thankfully Artie was like on the money, Provost, good shit. And that essentially it became a really hard fought win for the Union, but major kudos to the CSA for even getting us in last stand. So that's all I got.
Any other USA?
Yeah, it's not often I get to play that map on the Union. I had a whole lot of fun with it, I have to say. Thriving in the chaos, if you will. Because once you get across that bridge, there's no easy way back if you get killed. You have to have your flag bearers secure, and everybody has to be in working order. And to the CSA's credit, they were putting a hell of a lot of pressure on us once we got on that left side. And it was a fight. It was a huge fight, fighting uphill against who knows how many, because you can't see really, and it was a lot. But we just kept pushing. There was a point, like Natty said, where we sent some guys right, and a lot of the 5th VA were among those guys. And honestly, to my boys' credit, they held out a lot longer over there than they had any business holding. So just hats off to my enlisted for that one, because I went down pretty quick. But once we got back on the left after that and really pushed up that hill and ran them home, and then we were just able to sit on point, that was really all she wrote. But in the end, it was very close and solid fighting from everyone.
Anyone else? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to, I guess, add to the artillery perspective. We had a plan with infantry, and we were going to saturate the right, where the Confederates usually hang out, whatever. And as the Union gathers to go across the bridge, and we saturated it. I don't know how well because we're firing blind. We just knew that Union troops weren't there, so we just started firing blind. and I didn't want my guns. That was our initial response uh, at the get go. But I didn't want my guns chasing everybody. I wanted everybody kind of laid in this general area where they're coming and just watch and they will come by. And that worked quite a few times. There were several times that a whole Confederate company would just stay there and just not move. They would keep trying to fire, independent fire, reload. I'm like, then I started switching. I started pivoting guns, and we took out a bunch of them. But I think overall, the CSA did a good job of running, trying to keep the artillery moving. They wanted us to pivot their guns. They were using some things as a decoy, to try to get us to fire on them, then they'd run out, whatever. And I kind of know the tricks, whatever. But uh, overall, I think the artillery did a great job. It wasn't the best I've ever seen, but it was pretty brutal. Wherever they would come into our trap, they'd run right by where we were expecting. It was brutal, and hats off to the infantry, CS for avoiding a lot of artillery fire. That was, you know, you guys did a great job. I wish you'd come out on the ridge line a little bit more so I could kill you, but you didn't. You stayed in cover. So hats off to you. But hats off to the Union working with us, and we secured a victory. You know, so that's all I got to say.
All right. Let's go to the CSA then. CSA, what was your strategy to defend the Burnside's bridge, and how did you guys react to the ever-changing battlefield?
So starting of the match, we wanted to put JD and first VA on the left on the fence. We kind of knew it was like in cover of Artie. We didn't get hit. We didn't get hit directly on our line. Maybe when people went up to the ridge, they got hit, but normally we did not suffer any like casualties from Artie there. On the right, we wanted to put KB and Fifth Florida on the right on the road. I don't know too much about that because I wasn't there, but we, I think they did good. We're there on the right. So when they crossed, we would basically, if they went left, they would be hopping the fence and going through that gap. KB and Fifth Florida would shoot into them while they're hopping over, while First VA and JD are shooting right into their backs while they're hopping over. So it's kind of like sandwiching them, basically. So it worked out. They did get some flags through the CSA right to that defilade area, but we moved over to the right. We contested them. We tried to wipe them. So pretty good over that. Then it kind of got chaos because they started going in waves. So that kind of messed us up a little because we would leave first VA on the left, handle the people who are coming in waves going to the CSA left. And while we're focusing on the right with the bigger numbers with KB, Fifth Florida, and JD. So yeah, that kind of messed us up. We were kind of split off from everywhere. So yeah, good job, CSA.
Preacher, you have anything to add?
Not much. I just outer lines were pretty high. I don't know where those are from. But I mean, bottom line, they're both good, good fucking slugfest. I really enjoyed Burnside's Bridge. I enjoyed Westwood's a lot too, especially in the second half. As we shook our legs out, I thought that was a great push by Union at the very start. Everyone kind of fucks around wagging their dicks for a couple minutes, and they took advantage of that, and it was a good preemptive attack there. I was surprised to not see the same method on the second map. and that played into our hand a little bit well until it didn't. So it is what it is. 2 good rounds, and thank you.
All right, cool. Corded, Feller, have any questions for the second round?
I have a statement.
Yes.
You can never kill the 5th VA.
Thank you. Corded?
No, I got nothing.
All right, cool. Anyone have any other comments or questions for tonight's event before we call it off?
Thank you very much for having Cold Quits Brigade joining in your event.
Glad you were here.
Likewise for the 5th VA. Solid event. Happy to keep attending.
Yep, same with 2nd MS. Yeah.
All right. With that being said, the regular season is done. Postseason is here. Hype for that. It should be great. And yeah, please like, comment, share, subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Have a good night, everyone.
Onlycavs.com.
Bye.